Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benjamin Z. Miller Investor Networking Group. In this presentation, we are going to talk about retirement account investing in the United States, the self-directed IRA, and how that can be such a powerful tool for you if you are looking to rapidly grow your retirement account, or if you are a deal maker that is looking for money for deals. The self-directed IRA can be a gold mine for you. We've got a quote here from the German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer: money is like seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become. And the same is true of fame. I love that quote. I love that quote. All right, so let's talk about the advantages of United States self-directed IRAs. And this is relevant even if you're not a U.S. citizen. If you want to get capital from the United States, you don't have to be a U.S. citizen to contact a U.S. citizen that has a self-directed IRA and present your opportunity. So the benefit is you can get money for your deals. You can access a massive amount of money by approaching people with these accounts and presenting your investment opportunity. If you are the borrower or the general partner that is constructing these deals, you can tap into over 1 trillion potentially that is sitting in these accounts. If you have a self-directed IRA and you're the passive investor, you can enjoy tax-free gains. And another advantage to self-directed IRAs that many people are not aware of is they offer some asset protection. By placing assets in a self-directed IRA, there is some protection from judgment creditors. And we'll kind of go through that. But in the United States, traditional IRAs and Roth IRAs are protected from bankruptcy proceedings. So if someone goes through a bankruptcy and they have assets that are in a self-directed IRA, they are protected. There is an exemption, a limit. So the limit is around 1.3 million, and that means that funds that are within an IRA up to that amount are shielded from bankruptcy claims. So if you have creditors that are trying to get money, this is some protection on that. However, this varies from state to state. IRAs, they can have broad protection from judgment creditors, while in other states, the protection may be limited or non-existent. For example, if you're in the state of California, there is some protection, but they put some caps and some limits on it based on a need. So it's not quite as clear cut. It really varies depending on what state you are in. There's a lot of money in these IRAs accounts. We've got over here, we're looking at a chart that shows the growth of, we're looking at billions of dollars that are in these IRA accounts, and tremendous amount. We've got 10 trillion plus that are in IRA accounts as of 2020, and that's only going to increase over time. So it's something where if you're looking for money, self-directed IRAs are always good. Now, let's review the types of IRAs. There's the traditional IRA. That is not what you want to really be working with. You want to find people that have a self-directed IRA. Roth IRA, another type of IRA. There's a lot of these different accounts. Rather than spending a lot of time talking about all of them, I'll just provide the slide deck that has some information where you can kind of get a sense of what is available in these types of IRAs. One important thing with an IRA is if you are an investor and you are borrowing or partnering money, if you're borrowing money out of somebody else's IRA account to do a deal, you cannot provide a recourse loan. So by default, the IRA, it has a limit on that where you can only do non-recourse loans on a self-directed IRA. So you could not personally guarantee the debt, but that's a benefit actually if you can avoid doing a personal guarantee. So that is an interesting thing, is that out of a self-directed IRA, you cannot personally guarantee a debt. So the conversation could be, well, this is an interesting thing. Now, the laws are actually quite complicated on what is considered a disqualified person. So the way that it works is, if you have money in a self-directed IRA and you want to loan money to your wife out of your self-directed IRA, you can't do that. That violates the rules. If you want to loan money to your mother out of your self-directed IRA, you can't do that. It violates the rules. If you want to loan money to your daughter or your son, you can't do that. It violates the rules. However, if you want to loan money to your brother, you can do that. I mean, this is just beautiful the way that they have this set up. So you can make a loan to your brother if your brother wants to go and do a real estate deal. You can make a loan to your sister. You can make a loan to your cousin. You can make a loan to your uncle or your aunt, but you can't make a loan to your grandmother. So all sorts of intricacies there on what is considered a disqualified person. But what can a self-directed IRA invest into? Well, a better question is, what can they not invest into? A self-directed IRA has great freedom. They can invest in real estate, hedge funds, cryptocurrency, livestock, private equity, tax lien certificates. The sky is the limit in terms of what you can invest on. So what about the asset protection? Once again, we already touched on that. It does provide, if you have assets in a self-directed IRA, it is more difficult for a creditor to get those assets. It doesn't mean that they won't, but it's a lot harder. So here is a real example of getting money for a deal. And I'm going to actually show this. This is a great little clip. I'll show it. Okay, so in this document, I'm going to go through how do you find a private lender for a deal in the United States. So let's say that you have a project that you need to raise money for. Maybe you need to raise 100,000, maybe you need to raise $1 million, whatever it is you need to do. This would be a technique that you could use to find money in the United States. So there's a company called Quest IRA, and they actually are located in the United States. They help Americans that work at corporate and other jobs where they have a retirement account. Most retirement accounts in America are not managed by the person that owns the funds directly. Instead, there is usually a professional manager. However, some Americans, they prefer to open what is called a self-directed IRA account, or self-directed individual retirement account. And then they use a company like Quest IRA to oversee the documentations. When someone opens an account at Quest IRA, so you've got someone that has a corporate job and they go and they open an account at Quest IRA. Then that same person then will make private loans. But when those loans are recorded, their name is not going to show up as the lender. Instead, Quest IRA and then FBO, you see where it says Quest IRA Inc. FBO, for the benefit of. And then I wrote in here, Mr. Lender. That would just be the guy's name. Number 312445, that's the account number. So Mr. Lender is the name of the person that owns the account at Quest, along with some number that identifies that lender's account number. When the loan is repaid, so somebody went and borrowed money to do a project. When that loan is repaid, Mr. Lender that owns the account at Quest IRA files a document. Actually, Quest IRA files the document on Mr. Lender's behalf called a release of lien. And that is filed to show that the debt has been paid and the borrower no longer owes this money. So you can find other results in the search that also have Quest IRA Inc. FBO, Mr. Lender number 312445. But the best document is, you want a more current release of lien. Because if you find an old release of lien that's 10 years old, that money, there's no way to know if it's still available. It likely is in some other deal. But if you find a fresh release of lien where that money just was released a month ago or 2 or 3 months ago, that is a good lead. So once you find the lender's phone and email, you're going to want to contact them and you're going to start developing a business relationship. And believe me, this works. So you would, I'm going to show here how you would actually do it. In Texas, you'd go to this website in Tarrant County, but each city and state in the United States has some similar website. Then you would do a search where you're looking for this string, Quest IRA Inc. If the IRA company was some other name, you'd do a search for, you know, some other company, Inc., FBO, but Quest IRA's Flame Real Estate Group. And that's basically it. Then you just track the person down, develop a business relationship with them, and you're off to be able to present a deal when enough. So that is actually a very nice thing to know about, because there's a lot of money that you can tap in there. And then all you're going to want to do, it can be a good idea, particularly if you've never met the person, to just do a simple email to them where they can see you're a real guy. And I'll just show this as an example here. Oh, Mr. Johnson, this is Ben Miller. We spoke today on the phone. I wanted to introduce myself so you know a little bit more about me. I'm originally from Texas. I graduated from the University of Colorado at Boulder. Did a double major, economics and Russian studies. And the reason I'm contacting you is I wanted to network with you since I saw that you were occasionally active in the real estate market. I have opportunities that are opportunities I've developed by a variety of methods of advertising, putting out signs, contacting my existing tenants, asking for referrals. And I just want to try to develop a relationship with you where hopefully we can do some good business together. So the idea here is, obviously, if you're talking to someone that you've never met before and you're just starting, they need to feel comfortable with you before they're going to make a loan. You want to keep track of everything keep track of the information. It's good to use a system to do that. And then that's basically the key thing with it. I want to mention a couple of reminders. If you look in the chat window, there should be a red icon in the chat window where the sign-in sheet should be there. And if your name is not on the sign-in sheet, hopefully it's already on the sign-in sheet, but if it's not there, please add your name. And then maybe just put a few notes about what you are interested in. I share this information with other investors that I know, and there's always a possibility that maybe one of those investors will be interested in something that you're doing and contact you, or maybe I'll contact you, or vice versa. This is not just a group about talking. This is a group about doing. So yeah, we've got a little bit of education in this group, but we're really focused on trying to network and do deals. So it's something that I encourage you to do that, and you should find the link in the chat window where you can just fill that out. I'll also get a copy of the recording to everyone. If anyone is on the internet and they are watching this and you're thinking, you know, that is really interesting, I'd like to learn more about investing, well, just reach out to me. I'm always happy to help new investors. And if you're an experienced investor and you think you already know everything, reach out to me anyway. I might be able to show you some things you haven't seen. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
That is it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here. And